Gerhard Pilcher is Vice President of Growth, Data, and AI Practice at MANTECH. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me today.
Francis.
A lot of people say they're doing AI, air quotes. Where are they going wrong in your view, Gerhard?
Yeah, doing AI is kind of a funny term. It's like saying I'm doing an M4. M4 is a tool you can use in the mission, and AI should be the same way. We need to start with the mission first. Where can we enhance the mission? Sometimes that's harder to think about rather than going, hey, I've got this new AI thing. Where can I apply it? And generally you get it wrong because you hadn't thought about the mission first.
Yeah, and it strikes me too, the answer then, if you think mission first, isn't necessarily always AI.
That's correct. That's not. It's not always just like M4. It's not going to help you in an underwater demolition mission, potentially. Maybe as a backup weapon once you get above water, but not much use underwater.
One place where AI does seem to be helping people is bringing data together that's in a lot of different places. How are you seeing that working well, and what are the organizations that are doing that well doing to succeed?
Sure. One of the biggest problems with information in different areas is really a people problem. I don't trust the release of my information. Now we have ways that we can apply algorithms to information where it is rather than having to move information. But I think really the complexity and speed of information just overwhelms human systems. So if we think about it from a kill chain point of view, where we have information, decisioning, and targeting, I think AI and what we think of new AI, where we have large language models and reasoning agents and things like that, they really help us to take all that information using traditional machine learning algorithms and make it more clear so that we can have a good mission outcome. And so it reduces the complexity, in other words. But then we can now apply LLMs and the modern AI so that decision makers can now ask questions. Instead of looking at 400 or 500, dashboards, they can ask more natural questions, which is part of the training. How do I form my questions to get the responses I need out of AI? So that's one area. Also with the reasoning agents, it can help them think about new possibilities. It still requires a human to guide it, but now that the agents can see all this fast information and have a reasoning logic behind them, they may, in the moment, because things are happening at speed now, this kill chain is getting shorter and shorter. How do we help them see more possibilities they might not have seen just in that moment when we need that decision made? And then if you think about the targeting, now the AI systems, especially as we deploy them out toward the edge, as the situation is changing, we may have made a targeting decision, but in that short period of time, something may have changed because our adversaries are trying to throw us off as well. Now AI can adapt more readily than we could in sort of fixed systems that only knew one or two things.
How is all of this impacting the way that organizations need to think about their talent and the skills that that workforce needs to have to be able to deliver on the vision that you just described?
Sure, yeah, thanks. I think that couple things. One, as I mentioned just a moment ago, how do I begin to prompt the system to get the answers, the best answers I can out of the AI? So how do I train the people in that chain to do that well? But I think the other thing we miss a lot of times, we think because AI is a powerful tool, I can just put it in somebody's hand that has no training in AI. But behind the scenes, you really need those AI expertise and that AI engineers to help build the systems that then feed the people who are going to interact with those systems. So it's a little bit of training there, but I think as you go farther out in the field, the systems need to be designed so the operator is just using a thing. It's a thing that helps them get the mission outcome thereafter. And they don't care that there's AI behind that. So they need to be trained in what that thing can and can't do and how much uncertainty is in that thing. But I think telecom operators are the people in the world that deal with the most uncertainty that's life and death of any other job that could be. And they get comfortable with that, but they know how much uncertainty there is. So these systems need to help them understand that so that they can have confidence in deploying it in the mission space.